So this is a bit of a weird one. This is a bit of a weird one because this is not, the WNBA itself kind of going business as usual. This is a TV network that puts themselves in a bit of a weird position because of advertising this. My guess is that there has, I'm not going to say it's illegal what they're doing because I don't know anything about the legality of all this, but they're opening themselves up to a potential loophole of people, getting out of their contracts because they were falsely advertised something that never happened. There is always that when it comes down to it. And this is from NBC. They posted this trailer right here. Angel Reese, Steward, Valkyries, Aja, Kelsey Plum, Neka, Paige. If you know, you know. With basically all the big WNBA players in it. This is the W and this spring. And obviously, there's no CBA signed. And by the way, one thing that people didn't mention is every player, they're giving players an average increase of $50K in their latest CBA. I need to talk about that. Everyone's saying, they didn't offer a different revenue split, and they absolutely did not give the players a revenue split, which is something that I think we all kind of know that isn't going to happen. We've always said is look, they're not going to get the rev split, but what they should get is the highest salary possible. The WNBA offered a $50K per player price raise. They literally added an extra 10% to the salary cap from their initial one. They didn't change the max salary, but they bumped the average salary up by $600K as base salary, which is big, by the way. But is this one of those things where you're looking at this where it's have the league told them that it's almost signed, sealed, delivered? Do people know and think that it's almost signed, sealed, and delivered? And by the way, anyone who says, that I'm anti-player and stuff, no, I am absolutely, I'm pro basketball. Two, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, these players are going to be making $0 if there's no season. So I think it's hard to be, in general, anti-players when they make $0 if there's no season. And it's one of those things where this is not like the NBA in 2011 where they could afford a lockout because the players already had money, other than the rookies who knew they were eventually going to come back into a league where they were going to make millions and millions of dollars. The fact is that there is a world where the WNBA does not exist. There was never a chance of an NBA not existing. It was always whenever this gets sorted, it gets sorted. Not the WNBA is in a very different position than the NBA was. Because let's be real, unless you're playing unrivaled, you're in a bit of a weird situation. But every response is there. With no CBA signed, the WNBA is coming. The players, we're not going to be there. They have to know more because, by the way, again, coming to NBC and Peacock, surely by saying this, they've left themselves open to some form of, if nothing else, a guaranteed refund. I don't know anything legally, but surely, if you saw this advertisement and you bought Peacock for the year, you bought a year of Peacock today, you could win $1 million. I'm sure you could go to them and say, I bought this for WNBA and advertised, it didn't happen, give me a refund. You probably freaking will. I'm not a lawyer, I don't know. The league told them the deal is all but inked. That would be my guess. A big mistake if y'all force people to subscribe to watch, except I doubt there'll be a season, maybe if they decide to pay the players what they deserve. I mean this when I say this, even if the player, they paid they're giving the players 7x increases. The players are holding out for the players. It's not even about paying the players, which is the weirdest thing. Is it's nothing to do with paying the players. It is the players want an entirely different system of how their payment is generated. The players aren't actually asking for more money. They're asking for a new payment structure, which, okay, fair enough, but it becomes very awkward when you only own a certain percentage of your league. But yeah, it is This is a weird one. This really is a weird one when it comes down to it for NBC, because I don't know what NBC are going to do if there's no season. I don't know what any of these networks are going to do if there's no season. Like, do they have... Maybe they have a deal when it comes down to it. Maybe they have like some sort of a deal with the WNBA that if there's no season, the WNBA reimburses them for everything. I don't know. I really don't know. But it is what it is. And I still think it's the likelihood of there being a season is high. I don't think it's 50-50 yet. When it gets to the stage where I believe it's more likely, we'll see with the next WNBPA response, because I think it's also positive that the WNBPA have not called it a slap in the face. I've not said it's like putting a lipstick on a pig. I've not responded with anything or publicly started posting on social media about this, or like asking them to write angry letters towards Adam Silver. They haven't posted anything from this since this one, which is important, which is genuinely important. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I think in general, you've got a situation where the players probably... I wouldn't be surprised if that meeting with the AU players was, look, we need a season. We can't live without it. And just do what you can. Do what you can, get us the best deal you can. And I wouldn't be surprised if the players could probably negotiate. They've gone from 5 to 5.6 million. The players could probably negotiate another million on the salary cap, which is again an extra 100k per player on average. So basically from the last CBA, from the one 6 weeks ago, they could probably bump up the average salary to 650k from 450k base salary. They absolutely could go and do something like that. Maybe bring the rookie salary up to 300k. They absolutely have the ability to do that. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think there's no way that a network would be posting this unless they were confident. Especially when you put fucking neck in the trailer. Like, I don't think this is going to put pressure on the players, because a network is not going to be putting pressure on the players, because the network can probably almost certainly get their money back if there's not going to be a WNBA season. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I still think the likelihood is well above 50% of there being a season. And anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.